Kevin Owens has been pulled from WrestleMania and could be facing a career-ending injury. Jacob Fatu has been announced for WrestleMania in a title match, and Rey Fenix officially debuts in WWE with a surprise opponent. Stay tuned for all the wrestling news. Yesterday, the news came out that Kevin Owens could be possibly facing an injury. There was a lot of speculation yesterday going around about the magnitude of this injury, the scale of this injury, but it was confirmed on last night's SmackDown that he is dealing with an injury and will be forced to withdraw from WrestleMania. Now, the extent of this injury is quite severe. As revealed by Owens on last night's SmackDown, it will mean that he has to undergo neck surgery. Speaking on the show, he said that not only will he miss WrestleMania, but he isn't sure when or if he'll be back in front of WWE fans. He revealed that he's been dealing with this neck injury for the past 4 months, but they were not exactly sure the extent, the actual seriousness of the injury until this week, which has prompted them to basically force him to
they're about to act very quickly.
Absolutely, and 100. It's the 100% the right call. If this is as serious as it sounds, you never want a neck injury.
No, of course. It's just terrifying that it's sort of it's just. It's Kevin Owens. Like, I couldn't foresee the product without him right now. And so, like, he just needs to hopefully, rest up after this, and fingers crossed this isn't a career-ending injury, because it would just be absolutely heartbreaking.
It would be. Like, this man is someone who shouldn't have succeeded in WWE under the regime that he did. And, like, where he is just now, he's main evented WrestleMania against Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's main evented alongside his best friend Sami Zayn against the Usos. It really sucks if this is the end for him in WWE, but he thanked WWE last night during the promo when he came to the ring for allowing him the time to speak and to explain the situation to the fans. It was obviously, he has been this big heel character on screen for the past few months. It really was quite out of character.
Yeah, this was very human. It was very, it was out of character completely.
And it gave me horrible flashbacks to 2011 with Edge.
Yeah.
With coming to the ring, not obviously he was a face at the time, but speaking very candidly and openly about the situation. Randy Orton then came out to end the segment. Sort of, you could see he was gutted, because it means that he's not getting this match with Owens at WrestleMania. Their story isn't going to get that payoff, but more importantly, a friend is having to bow out because of an injury.
Well, continuing on, I guess, to wrap up the segment, though, Nick Aldis then informs Orton that, of course, this means he is not going to be wrestling at WrestleMania. Orton doesn't take it very well and RKO's Aldis.
Is this a tease of what we're going to get? Because there has been reports, PWN said that despite the match being cancelled, Randy Orton is still planned. There's a pivot, there's discussions.
They're going to factor him in somehow to WrestleMania. He's one of the biggest names in the company.
What do you do, though? Like, hypothetically, do we have him go against Nick Aldis? Do we bring someone back? Does Sami Zayn come back and they
potentially
fix something around that?
I think if you're looking at Aldis, with the right build, I don't know if we've got enough time. With the right build, I think you can have a showcase or a marquee match with Aldis at some point. Obviously, fate has forced hand into whatever direction it goes, but I think you might be onto something with Zayn.
Zayn is the last match that Owens had. He had that Elimination Chamber, the unsanctioned match, so there would be something there. You can kind of turn Zayn and Owens' story any way you want, even if they've been enemies, they've been friends. It kind of works whichever way you want to go. Just to round things off, though, Corey from PWN, who was part of PWN being the outlet that originally reported Owens' injury, saying and responding to fans' questions about it last night, saying that Owens may never come back and that it is worse than the injuries which saw people return from broken necks, alluding to Edge, Saraya, and Bryan Danielson, of course. It sucks, and we hope that Owens makes a speedy recovery and this isn't something that completely ends his career. It just is a minor hurdle at the moment that he has to get over, but hopefully he'll be back in the ring at some point soon. We do have some news about some more WrestleMania title matches, or WrestleMania matches I should say. Jacob Fatu defeating Braun Strowman on last night's SmackDown in a last man standing match to earn the right to face LA Knight.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you think he's going to win? Do you think he's going to win, Fatu?
I would like him to, yeah. I want Fatu to be booked incredibly strongly. I think having him come in, take the US title, maybe go on a bit of a tear with it. Yeah, hook it up to my veins. Get Bron Breakker in and around the situation and let them just destroy arenas, please.
Yeah, because if we have another Survivor Series this year, that if it does do brand versus brand, you could have, in theory, Bron Breakker versus Jacob Fatu. That is,
I think it's just the mega powers exploding times 1,000.
Oh, it is, isn't it? That would be a huge match. I feel like LA Knight is the right guy at the time to have the US title, but Jacob Fatu is so ready, so
he's
young.
Undeniable. Like, he's completely undeniable. So I think you have to give the title to Fatu here, because he's just going to be such a good champion.
He will be
such a breakout star once he's on that massive solo push.
And I know we've all speculated that there might be a multi-man match there, but it looks like we're just getting a straight one-on-one, and that is a nice change of pace with how things have been going. I'm not against a multi-man match for the US title, but it is a nice change of pace having Jacob Fatu just go in there and probably destroy LA Knight at WrestleMania. We've also got number one contenders to the SmackDown or WWE Tag Team Championships, don't we, Sam?
So the Motor City Machine Guns took on DIY to determine the number one contenders, with MCMG able to defeat the former champs while the Street Profits watched on from the front row. It's not really known when the championship match is going to take place, but you got to think it's going to maybe be Mania, considering it's on the horizon.
2 weeks. Literally 2 weeks today, we'll be sitting here going, WrestleMania's on tonight. You would expect that match to take place then. However, on the multi-man thing, the multi-team thing, there is so many teams in SmackDown right now that could also have a claim to challenge for those titles that you could
but
just
then
put
why
on.
would you determine a number one contender team to then do that? It doesn't really make sense, does it? It's wrestling.
Pretty Deadly had the match last week. They won the number one contenders. They could have had that match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be the SmackDown before Mania, but really, they should be on the main card itself. They should be at WrestleMania, especially when you've got two nights. And it's still going to be 4 hours each.
Yeah.
You can fit them on there. You can 100% fit them on there. Looking at NXT for a minute, though, we have had Julia make her return to the ring. She has been out with an injury or absent from WWE since losing the NXT Women's Championship to Stephanie Vaquer at NXT Roadblock. There's been a little bit of uncertainty around what is going on with Julia at the moment.
Yeah, there was speculation it was going to be an injury that took her out of the ring for quite some time, so it's good to see that she's back so swiftly.
Really good to see she's back. Now, as Sam said there, it seemed like some of the speculation was she was going to be out for a while, and that's why Stephanie won the belt from her in that title versus title match. But this is now just 3 weeks later. Roadblock was March 11th. We've not even been a full month since that, and it looks like it might not have been as severe, which is fantastic news if we're talking injuries. Do we see her going straight back into that title picture?
I think, like, it makes the most sense. Again, I think the landscape has sort of changed in the brief time she's been off screen. So I think just reinserting her is going to lead to naturally a lot of kind of having to climb the ladder again, I guess, to get back to where she needs to be. But I'm all for it.
I mean, you say climb the ladder to get back where she needs to be. There, we do know that there is going to be a women's ladder match at Stand and Deliver. So could she literally be climbing that ladder to get not the NXT title, but the NXT Women's North American title? That could be an option for her if you want to just go, we've just switched the two of them places.
And then we have them feud again, and then it's the opposite result, and then we got double champion again. Like it
works. It rhymes. It's like poetry that George Lucas once said.
Look at the adjective.
But we're rounding things off today for the first video anyway with Rey Fenix's WWE debut. Obviously, this has been teased for some time.
We've had Orange Lightning for a good few weeks now, and then there was speculating that it was like, we got the tease where it was like, he's arriving next week, and in the week since it was like, it looks like it's going to be Andrade that he takes on, but it was actually a more shocking opponent, wasn't it?
I was quite surprised at this one. Prior to SmackDown, it was reported by WrestleVotes that it'd be NXT Tag Team Champion Nathan Frazer that would be facing Rey Fenix upon his debut. This is a dream match for anyone that likes flippy, fast action. Yeah. This was pretty insane.
It was a hell of a match.
The speed at which Nathan Frazer can move around the ring, I was expecting Fenix to go in there and the whole showcase to be on him.
Yeah.
And it was, but it also really put over Nathan.
Well, it was like a massive arrival for Fenix for the WWE audience who maybe aren't as familiar with him. But Frazer, this was like a huge statement for him.
A huge statement for him. Obviously, we saw Rey Fenix get the win in his debut. He won with a muscle buster type move. They were called it a Mexican muscle buster, which is like a muscle buster. It starts with a muscle buster and ends with like a Samoan driver.
Yeah, it's got like a twist in it. If you go watch the highlights, it's right at the end of his match, obviously. Just check it out, because it's a really cool move.
He also did what is quite a brutal spike pile driver. I don't know if he knows that they don't really do that in WWE.
Every match, every week. Come on.
He does this thing where he runs along the ropes, kicks Nathan Fraser in the face, and then picks him up and just spikes him. It was like a shoot burning hammer. He ends though with a promo saying, "I've waited my whole life to say this. I am WWE Animo," which according to Google, I did some trusty Googling this morning. That means it's Spanish slang for energy, spirit, and vitality. So it's like a call to it's a call to action.
Yeah,
that's what he embodies, and hopefully he'll be embodying that throughout his WWE run, because it was really fun to see him perform on SmackDown. That is all we've got for you just now. We will of course be back later on today with some more wrestling news. Don't forget, it's AEW Dynasty this weekend. Tomorrow night, Sam, you will be live with a very special guest.
Very special guest from 11:30 p.m. right here, youtube.com/cultaholic/live.
Go and catch that out. We'll see you later on.